You see her, maybe she's across the coffee shop, maybe you work with her, but wherever she is, you feel that instant, magnetic pull. But there's a catch. To her, you're either totally invisible, or you've been neatly filed away in the one place you never wanted to be, the friend zone. Her indifference feels like a brick wall you just can't seem to climb. It's a frustrating, helpless feeling. You see other guys who seem to attract women without even trying, and you can't help but wonder, what's their secret? What do they have that I don't? You've probably heard the same tired advice a million times. Just be a nice guy, buy her flowers, be her friend, and maybe she'll see the light. But let's be real, that stuff doesn't work. Being constantly available and desperate for her approval doesn't spark attraction, it smothers it. But what if I told you that her current lack of interest is actually your greatest advantage? What if the key to making her genuinely curious and attracted to you has nothing to do with chasing her, and everything to do with who you are when you're not? In this video, we're skipping the manipulative tricks and cheesy pickup lines. I'm going to show you the exact actionable steps to build that undeniable self-worth and quiet confidence that speaks for itself. This is about transforming yourself into the man that attraction naturally gravitates towards. And it all starts by doing the exact opposite of what you've been taught. The first and most important mindset shift you have to make is this. Your goal is not to make her desire you. You can't force, trick, or convince anyone to feel something they don't. That's a game you'll lose every single time. The real mission is to become a man of such high value, with such a powerful sense of purpose and self-respect, that attraction becomes the natural side effect of just being you. Think about it, chasing someone screams desperation. It tells her that your happiness hinges on her approval. It puts her on a pedestal, and you at her feet. Nobody is genuinely attracted to a supplicant. Attraction grows from a place of strength, not neediness. This is where the idea of being the prize comes in, but not in some arrogant, chest-pounding way. It's about knowing your own worth on a fundamental level. Your life is already a compelling story. You have goals, passions, and a mission you're dedicated to. A woman gets invited to be part of that awesome journey. She doesn't get to become the journey. When your validation comes from within, from your own hustle, your own principles, and your own self-respect, you stop needing it from anyone else. This is the foundation. When you shift your focus from, how can I get her, to how can I become the best version of myself? That's when everything changes. So, how do you actually build this inner value? It all comes down to 4 core pillars. These aren't just vague ideas. They are real skills you can start practicing today. You've met someone like this. They walk into a room and without saying a single word, they command respect. They're calm, centered, and completely at ease in their own skin. That's the power of presence, and it's something you can absolutely cultivate. First up, your body language. Confident men are relaxed. They aren't fidgeting or folding in on themselves. They take up space, naturally. Practice sitting and standing with your shoulders back, your chest open, and your movements calm and deliberate. When you talk to her, kill the nervous habits. No tapping feet, no fidgeting with your phone, no darting eyes. A calm body signals a calm mind. Second, your breath. When you get nervous, your breathing gets shallow and fast. That's your fight or flight response kicking in, and it broadcasts anxiety. Before and during any interaction, just focus on your breathing. Slow, deep breaths from your diaphragm will keep you grounded. This one simple act keeps your nerves in check and lets your real personality come out. Third, your speech. Neediness loves to ramble. Guys who lack confidence rush to fill every single second of silence. A confident man is comfortable with pauses. He speaks slowly with purpose because he knows his words have value. Let there be space between your sentences. A well-timed pause creates more tension and intrigue than 1,000 words ever could. It gives her a moment to actually process what you said and makes her lean in for what's next. Silence is only awkward if you make it awkward. Use it right, and it's a powerful tool. Pillar 2, become an elite listener. Most people think being a great conversationalist is about talking. They're wrong. It's about listening. And I don't just mean nodding along while you wait for your turn to speak. I mean active, elite listening. It's one of the most underrated and magnetic skills a man can have. Because in a world where everyone is screaming to be heard, the person who truly listens is a rare gift. You make people feel seen, understood, and valued. There's a reason scientific studies show that people who are active listeners are perceived as far more socially attractive. Here's how you do it. When she's talking, your only job is to understand her. Don't be stuck in your head rehearsing the perfect response. Be there with her. Make eye contact, nod, and show you're locked in. But the real secret weapon, the callback. Throughout your conversation, she'll drop little details. The name of her childhood dog, a story about a trip she took, her favorite weird food, a passion project she's excited about. Make a mental note. Then, in a later conversation, bring one of them up. For example, if a week ago she mentioned she was nervous about a big work presentation, you could ask, "Hey, how did that big presentation you were worried about go?" If she told you she loves old jazz music, you could later say, "I was in this coffee shop downtown and they were playing some amazing jazz. It made me think of you." This simple move is incredibly powerful. It proves you were actually listening, not just hearing sounds. It shows you paid attention and you remembered. It communicates genuine interest and high emotional intelligence, which blows any rehearsed compliment out of the water. Pillar 3. Project authentic independence. A core truth of attraction is that people are drawn to those who have a full, interesting life of their own. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about being hard to get because you are genuinely busy building an amazing life. This creates a natural curiosity and makes you more of a challenge, which is inherently attractive. Your life needs a purpose that's bigger than chasing a relationship. What are you passionate about? What skills are you trying to master? What are you building? It could be getting into the best shape of your life, starting a side hustle, learning a new language, or mastering an instrument. When a woman sees you have a mission, she knows your happiness doesn't depend on her. That independence is magnetic. This also means you don't dump your entire life story on her in the first 5 minutes. Let her discover who you are layer by layer. Let her wonder what you're thinking. A little mystery is compelling. Some research suggests that a bit of uncertainty about someone's feelings can make us think about them more, which can increase attraction in the early stages. Now, this isn't about being manipulative or playing games. It's the natural result of being a complex, independent person with his own rich inner world. On a practical level, this means you aren't always free at a moment's notice. If she asks what you're doing this weekend and you have plans, even if those plans are just hitting the gym or working on your project, that's what you're doing. You don't drop everything for the chance to see her. Your time is your most valuable asset. When you treat it that way, so will she. Pillar 4. Cultivate an abundance mindset. One of the fastest ways to kill attraction is with a scarcity mindset. That's when you fixate on one woman as your only shot at happiness. This puts insane pressure on every single interaction. Every text, every word feels like a high-stakes exam you could fail. That anxiety is the direct cause of needy, unattractive behavior. The antidote is an abundance mindset. This is the deep-down belief that the world is full of amazing people and you have plenty of options. The best way to get this mindset? Actually create options for yourself. This is where the advice to date multiple women comes from, but it's so often misunderstood. The goal isn't to be a dishonest player. The goal is to interact with enough people to truly internalize that no single person holds the key to your happiness. Go on casual dates, broaden your social circle, talk to different women. When you're interacting with multiple people, you naturally stop obsessing over any one of them. You become less reactive. If one person doesn't text back right away, it doesn't wreck your day because your focus and energy are spread out. This naturally makes you less needy and more confident, which ironically makes you more attractive to all of them. Now, a crucial point on ethics. This isn't about leading people on. If you're dating casually, you need to be upfront about it if the topic of exclusivity comes up. The point of an abundance mindset isn't to deceive anyone, it's to free yourself from the psychological prison of desperation. Alright, we've just covered the 4 pillars for building that quiet, unshakable confidence. This is about changing who you are at the core, not just memorizing a few new tactics. If this idea of building genuine self-worth to become naturally attractive is clicking for you, I go even deeper in my free newsletter. Every week, I send out one email with practical, no-fluff strategies to build your confidence, level up your social skills, and live a life with more purpose. The link is in the description below. It's totally free, and it's the best way to keep this journey going. Once you've built that strong foundation, your interactions will start to change on their own. But here are a few specific ways you can consciously shift the vibe from just friends to something more. Move beyond friendship with subtle flirting. Friendly is the enemy of attraction. You have to signal that your interest isn't just platonic, but this doesn't mean dropping some cheesy, over-the-top pickup line. That just screams insecurity. Instead, you flirt by asking playful, open-ended questions that reframe the whole interaction. Instead of boring interview questions like, "So what do you do?" Try asking something that invites her into a more romantic or adventurous mindset. For example, So what kind of trouble are you planning on getting into this weekend? With a playful smile, you seem like you might have a bit of a mischievous side. Am I wrong? What's your idea of a perfect adventurous date? These kinds of questions are fun, low pressure, and gently nudge her to think about you in a romantic way. They're low risk, but high reward. The art of eye contact. Your eyes are one of your most powerful tools for building tension and real connection. Most eye contact is quick and fleeting. We look, then we look away. To signal romantic interest, you need to hold her gaze for just a beat longer than is normal. This isn't a creepy stare down, it's a confident, relaxed gaze paired with a slight, knowing smile. That one extra second of eye contact says everything without a single word. It says, I see you, I'm interested, and I'm not afraid to show it. It creates a spark and makes her wonder what you're thinking, which is a powerful way to build intrigue. Subtle generosity, not grand gestures. A classic mistake is trying to buy a woman's affection. Taking her to a 5-star restaurant or buying her expensive gifts when you barely know her doesn't scream high value. It screams, I feel like I need to compensate for something. It feels transactional and fake. Instead, focus on subtle, quiet generosity. It's about giving value without making a show of it. Pay for the 2 coffees without some big announcement. If she mentions she's moving, offer to help for an hour. Give a genuine, specific compliment that isn't about her looks. For example, I was really impressed with how you handled that situation. You have a very calm, commanding presence. These small, thoughtful acts show maturity, control, and genuine care. They show you're a giver by nature, not because you're trying to get something back. This builds trust and respect, the essential ingredients for desire. The most important rule: respect and consent. Okay, I need to be crystal clear about this because it's the most important part of this entire video. Everything we've talked about is aimed at one thing: helping you become the most confident, centered, and attractive version of yourself. The goal is to give a genuine connection the chance to spark and grow. It is not about manipulation, it is not about forcing an outcome, and it is absolutely not about ignoring a woman's feelings or boundaries. Attraction must always be a two-way street. It requires mutual interest and consent. If a woman clearly says she's not interested, if she sets a boundary, or if she says no, that is the end of the line. Period. You must respect her decision, 100% of the time. Continuing to pursue someone who has rejected you isn't romantic, it's disrespectful, and it can be harassment. Real confidence isn't about being able to get any woman you want. Real confidence is having so much self-respect that you only want to be with someone who genuinely wants to be with you. It's having the strength to walk away with your head held high when the interest isn't mutual. The ultimate prize isn't winning someone over. It's building such a great life that you attract someone who is genuinely thrilled to be a part of your world. So let's bring it all home. Stop chasing. Stop looking for validation. The whole game changes the second you shift your focus from, how do I get her, to how do I become the man who doesn't have to try so hard. Build your foundation on those 4 pillars. Master your presence. Become an elite listener. Project authentic independence by living a life of purpose. And cultivate an abundance mindset. Interact with playful flirting and quiet generosity. The most attractive man in the room is never the one shouting the loudest or wearing the flashiest watch. He's the one with the quietest confidence. He's the one who doesn't need the spotlight because he's on his own mission. He respects himself, so he respects others. When you focus on becoming that man, you stop worrying about making a woman desire you. You'll find that the right women, the ones who appreciate true confidence and value, will be naturally drawn to the amazing life you've built and the man you've become. And that right there is the real secret. If you got value from this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know. Which of the 4 pillars are you going to start working on first? I'll see you in the comments.